I'm Bootz Durango Pope, and there has been a controversy that has broken out in the Triad area, and I am attempting to cover this story. Now, this story involves a very prominent radio personality who goes by the name of BootzDurango, and he has recently tweeted some things about a Mr. WSSU candidate for, to be elected as Mr. WSSU. And what the controversy is about what he said, and there is deeper controversy involved with this story, so just let me get down to it. So when the story broke, when I first caught wind of the story, it was on my timeline on Facebook, and I look at the post, and I think it was transquote or transgen.com, and the article showcased his tweets, some of which involved the adjective putrid, and saying that if a drag queen was to win Mr. WSSU, the title of that, then he would resign his PA duties at the sporting events and things of that nature. So I know B-Dot personally, alright, so I took it upon myself to reach out to him and say, B-Dot, are you for real about this putrid comment and stuff? So we ended up, being in communication, and our conversation was off the record. However, I do understand, his perspective, and I will portray that to you. Also, I also know the individual whose pictures are in question. Now, these pictures leaked. When they came out, it was mid-campaign, and these were pictures of the Mr. WSSU candidate in drag, and some of the articles and headlines said things of he's a cross-dresser or he's a drag queen and things of that sort, and these are ignorant comments. And I don't mean ignorant like, you're ignorant, coming at somebody like, oh, bitch, you ignorant, da, da, da. It's not like that. Ignorant means a lack of knowledge. When somebody goes out in drag, say your boyfriend goes out in drag on Halloween or something like that, does that make him a cross-dresser? No, he was just in drag. He is not a cross-dresser. On a regular basis, he wears masculine clothing, and I've expressed that to B-Dot as well. And B-Dot expressed to me that he doesn't care if he's gay, but you represent a body of students, not only current students, but alumni students. And I think he holds titles of Mr. Freshman and Mr. Sophomore at this university as well. And B-Dot expressed that he didn't have any problem with that. His peers had voted. But when you represent an entire university, a heritage of people, you have to have an image that is not that of drag. Okay, your opinion is understood, and especially understood by somebody, like me, who is a cross-dresser or who is a transgender individual. Hi, I'm Bootz Durango Pope. With that being said, I reached out to Aaron to get an interview. His name is Aaron McCorkle, and he's been on Fox 8 and, doing various interviews. I've tried to secure an interview with him, and I'm unable to do so probably because of the paparazzi and things of that nature. But I do want to say this. I want to say that Aaron has recently gone on Fox 8 and said something like he regrets those pictures leaking. And there's also been some controversy raised about Aaron in terms of representing the homosexual community as a candidate of this election. Now, when I started doing my research and things, there's some qualities about his lifestyle that may not represent WSSU in the best light. Mr. WSSU in the best light. I will not go into those. That's your business. You mind your business. I'll try to mind mine. But I am Bootz Durango Pope. With that being said, I don't want anybody to regret who they are because something surfaced from your past. Especially when it has something to do with, being comfortable in homosexuality, being comfortable in gender, being comfortable with who you are as a person. Okay, you should not regret that. You should say, this is who I am. You've been to multiple of my events in drag. So to me, I feel like if it comes out, if it was me and I told B-Dot this, I said I would get up there in a wedding dress and hold a press conference. But that's just me. That's my lifestyle. That's how he chooses to express his homosexuality sometimes. Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. Okay? Now, with that being said, Aaron, I reached out to him. I couldn't secure an interview. And I'm still attempting to secure that interview. Bottom line, this is how I feel. I feel like everybody is entitled to their opinion. They are. B-Dot is entitled to his opinion. Aaron is entitled to his opinion about, it being put out there like that. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. And as long as my air is not more premium than your gasoline, then we all are on the same playing field if you ask me. Your opinion, and your opinion are no more important than each other's. But B-Dot, what B-Dot did in the way he conveyed his opinion, as a comedian, I understand. You know, you straddle that line between being offensive and, you know, being funny all the time. And I think that now, this was a learning experience because you are understanding how powerful your voice is right now. You know, and I feel like you are entitled to your opinion, but you can't portray your opinion in a way that juxtaposes someone's lifestyle. And I think Aaron should take this opportunity to educate people about our lifestyle. Don't be regretful. Don't live in regret. Both of y'all can have a dialogue. We can have a meeting of the minds, because inevitably the world is an ever-changing place, and you are going to be a pioneer of that change. I don't know if you wanted to do that, but that is what you are called to do, and you have to own that. And you have to be able to sit down with B-Dot and say, Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Now that's just my opinion, you know, and I'm neutral in this, but I'm also an advocate for homosexual and gender rights. I have been, and I have demonstrated thus with my performing artistry, which is located on my 1 million hit YouTube page. I am a triad local, and I just want everybody to understand that gay people are here, and we are a person. We are a people. We are a community. Like every other counterculture in every other community, we may have conflict within our community, but our air is not cheaper than yours. Your gasoline may be more premium, but your air is the same cost as mine. Free. Unless they start charging for air, and then the government gonna have me move to France somewhere. We young on my pee. Understand? Hold on. Long story short, B-Dot deserves some credit for bringing this out. Maybe he doesn't deserve credit. It was a byproduct of what he said. This coming out, this issue that is on the table right now, is a byproduct of insulting comments that B-Dot said, portraying his opinion. You know, insulting or pretty much, you know, jeopardizing a candidacy for something that he finds to be a profound position. Aaron, representing a not only African-American male, but homosexual community, you have an obligation to step forth and say, this is who I am. At the end of the day, that doesn't hinder your credentials. When you have put in work, no matter who you are, you deserve credit, and you deserve to be exactly where you are. Mr. WSSU candidate. Now, I know the results have, you know, broken, and he did not win. And, you know, me being Bootz Durango Pope, I think that may have some type of conspiracy in that. You know, I think it caught so much heat that, you know, WSSU at this point in time is trying to, you know, kind of defend or rationalize what they can. There was a former Mr. WSSU that I saw on his Instagram, and he just so happened to be my neighbor in Charlotte. We share a backyard, actually, in Charlotte. That's where we grew up. And we used to, you know, hang out and play basketball all the time. And he expressed on his Instagram page that it just makes everything look bad. You know, you need to judge on platform, and it doesn't matter. From what I got, it didn't matter if he was gay, if he was transgender, whatever. Judge on platform what's best to represent that school, regardless of how he dressed. Now, I want to commend that former Mr. WSSU, because you dropped me when you saw my Black Planet page. That used to be the old MySpace for black people, and it said I was bisexual, and you got with your friends, and you shut me out. But it's great to see progress is being made, change is being made, because for you to say that about him and his attire, that's perfect. Excellent. I'm happy for that. That's how you know change is upon us. Aaron, you are a pioneer now. You have an obligation. You have to meet that. You need to go out. You need to educate people about how expressing yourself like that, not only at the events that I throw, because the picture that surfaced, he was coming to one of my events. I do throw LGBT recreational events that are open to the LGBT straight community. Anybody that fucks with gay people can come and just be themselves. I'm glad I can provide that outlet for you, but when the shit hit the fan, you have to accept responsibility and represent the gay community in the best way that you can. Not just WSSU. You have an obligation now. B-Dot needs to watch what he says and in the way he says things. That's already said. You know, it's caused so much controversy already. Whether you agree with a drag queen being up there or not, that should not negate his credentials. He is qualified, and in my opinion, he should have won. Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to mediate in between the two of them. B-Dot has agreed to sit down with Aaron. I'm going to try to ease in there and play peacemaker between the two of them. I want this story. I'm after this story. I'm Bootz Durango Pope. With that being said, you know, we're our people and we are in evolving times. And when you are called and have a calling, even if you did not want to be called, you have an obligation to represent us in the best light. And B-Dot, I understand your passion, but you gotta watch what you say, baby. God, you about started the war. And if it wasn't for Bootz Durango Pope fixing it, I mean, it still might keep going. But I'm gonna be on the main line. Tell them what you want. Ha. Hello, I am Bootz Durango Pope, and I'm burning the sage to get all these evil and demonic spirits out of here and off my timeline.